Yeah, hi. So, like last time we completed that MVVM architecture, right? So today we will concentrate on next level. So that is an SQLite. So that we will try. So for that advanced version, so that is the room database. So that also we'll try. But first we will try with this SQLite. So that is the basic version of that. So then after we will see here. I'll create one project on this name SQLite. So here we will try to insert like minimum, like we'll do means all card operations. We'll do with the static, like some data. So for that, I'm creating with MTV's activity. So I'm creating as an SQLite. So SQLite is the lightweight database version for the low memory devices. So this we will use, like it is basically it will support Android so easily, because from the operating system side we will get support. So that's the reason easily we can handle this without any hesitation. Easily we can handle that. So for that, now first we will create a UI. So in the UI, now I'll add so 3 to 4 different parameters. So I'll change this as a linear layout. So linear layout. And for this linear layout, I'm taking the orientation as vertical. So here, let us something student data, something, whatever I want to add here, something. So then we after that here, now I'm adding the edit text. So that is match parent, wrap content, ID. So that is the name. So hint name. So just I'm adding this. For this, I'll take some margin 10. So I'm saving the name. Right. So then after, so like name, I'll save the location. Like I want to collect the user location. Then something designation, some parameters, some normal parameters. So designation. Then so contact number, mobile. So these 4 parameters we will save in this database. Next year, I'll take one button. Match parent wrap content ID. So that is the save text. Save. So then margin 20. So yeah, the UI has completed. Also, same time we will add the data binding as well. So that is layout. Right. So I added the binding. So binding I added here. Then here we will add the data binding. So data binding enable equal to true. Right. So within this now here, we will enable the binding. So that is where binding. So where binding column activity main binding equal to null. So then here now binding equal to So that is data binding util. So data binding util dot set content view, here it is this. Right. So till this, nothing new, just we created a normal user interface. This. Now, here within this onCreate method, now here. So just I want to save this data and also if I want to save that data, so that binding dot. Oh, sorry, within onCreate method, right? So that binding dot. So that save button, save dot. Set on click listener, set on click listener. So once we click that, so here where name equal to, so that is binding dot. So from name dot text, so we'll get text dot toString. So this is the what, like here. Similar we will add for the other. Total 4 we have, right? So you name, mobile, phone we added.
But
Name,
I have one doubt.
yes.
The set on click listener is the higher order, right?
Hmm?
Set on click listener.
Your voice is breaking.
Set on click listener.
Set on click listener.
Yes, it's the higher order.
Is the,
Higher order function.
yes, yes. Because it's already
So how it is? How it is? Sir?
How?
I have gone. How it is a higher order function? You don't-
See, it is like it is defined as, so already it is predefined, right? So from the predefined we are using, right, that. So this will use in a majority of the cases we are using this one. So because of that, we can say that is on a higher order. So higher order means which we use on a regular basis in multiple places, that we can say as that higher order, right? So that's the reason we are calling that as an higher order. So mobile. Okay, so all I added here. Oh, sorry, here it is extra this. Yeah. Now just I have defined here. Then now here I want to do that DB level operations. So to handle the database level operations, here I have to create one separate class. So for that, where DB helper. So I'm creating one class called DB helper. So that is equal to, so DB helper. So I'm creating one new class. So this at the rate main activity. So just I have defined here. Now from here, now I'm creating one class. So like here, I'm creating a class. Sorry. So separate class. So I'm creating one separate class. So I'm creating one separate class. So within this class, now we have to use that. So here now all database operations we have to write within this class. So for that, here you have to use, so you have to use here now. So this context I'm changing as a regular context because everywhere I have to use this. So that's the reason. Just normal this normal I'm declaring this context. So this instead of this main activity, I'm changing this as a general context so that it can help in a entire application level. It should work this. So this I'm extending with Sqlite open helper. So this is the class which is defined. So for this class, I'm extending this. So for this now, we need the context, comma, database name. So what is the database name we will use? So the database name. So the database name. Then we'll use column hook is the null, and also it requires the DB version. So it requires total 4 parameters. So those all the parameters I added here, this like this, right? Now we will import this context. Then now here, so what are the parameters which we declared here? Like means we have to create one companion object, and we have to create the columns as well as the database name, table name, and all. We have to declare here first. So first we'll declare those. So to declare that, I'm using one companion object. So I created one companion object. So like that is a private constraint val. So first one, like I'll use db underscore name. So this we defined already, right? So that we will define here db underscore name. So for that here now I'm using one thing that is like here user db. So that I'm declaring here. Then same, just I'll copy this, paste. So here db version. So this is the first version. So I'm giving as the 1. So this is the integer value. So directly I'm giving. Next here. So that is a table. So I want to give that table name, that is the table users. So I want to give that as the table users. So that is what we are saving that, like I'll say as a details, something details we are saving in this, right? Next, this is like this is the columns. So key underscore id. So that is the first one is the id. So we are declaring as id. Like similar way means whatever we are accessing from means application. Apart from this, we need one more extra column, that is the unique id. So this is the key. So the next one is the name. So here we can say that is the name. So this is the location. So here it is the location. So this is the designation. So just I'll define as a designation. So designation. This is the mobile. So I added this is the mobile, right? So I have defined all these parameters like this, right? So now if you can put here, now this is this once we extended this, right? So this class requires, this is not an annotation class, normal class now. So it required, it has some implement members. So that family members, it has some family members. So that is for 2 methods. One is the on create, other is the one is on create, other is the on upgrade. So 2 methods it will create a defaultly. So now within this, now we have to write the queries here. So we have to write the queries here. So how to write the queries here now? First of all, like first one is the create. So first we have to create a table. So after creating the table, we have to use all the code operations. So to create a table here now. So I'm writing here var. So create. So var create table. So I'm writing something var create table equal to. So within a bracket, now this is the query, like I'm defining this is the one. So create table. So space. So that table name. So table users, we declared that, right? So the table name plus. So within this, now we have to define all the things. Like all the things means what we have to define. So from there, we are adding first one is the key ID, right? So this key ID we are defining. So for that, what type of it is? So the key ID is, it is the integer, right? So means I want that is then a unique. So for that integer, that is primary, integer primary, that too, that key should be auto increment, because now I'm not sending this value from the input side, like whatever I'm sending, like first 1 2 3, it should increase automatically. So comma, this is the first thing done. Then next, second one, so key name, so I'm sending the key name, so that is plus. So this is, we are sending as a text, so as a text, comma, then key location, so key location, so this is also we are sending as a text, comma, then key designation, so then that is also in the form of text, right? Then finally one more, so here we should write comma plus finally one more, so that is the key mobile, right? Key mobile plus so this is also text, right? So all the things we have done. So for this we closed here one close, I think it's missing here. Now we need here one more close, so this will be done like this. So here plus is required, text plus one thing is required, but it is showing error. So create table. So for this is the closing. Then for this, where is the closing then? So just a minute. Create table. So that is a table users. So on that, so this closing, it should be this closing. Create table. Table users plus key ID. So that is auto increment plus key name. So this is done. This is done. Here it is correct only. Just a minute. This query is correct. Just will once verify somewhere. Maybe it is. So just a minute. It's generated.
Double quote is missing, I think. Bracket close.
Where?
The last close double. The double quote.
Already it is closed here. No?
Yes. But in the down.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, done. Sorry, I kept already. So it double 2 came. I delete. I use delete button. So that is deleted. Yeah, correct. This is correct.
Yes.
So now, like here, now I want to create a database. So here, what we created here in this method, DB. So this DB. So DB dot execute SQL. Now here we are executing this create method table. So it will execute and it will create a table. So this is done. So create table is done. In case already table is there, like I have to do some alterations for the table. So in case if I want to do alterations the table, first you have to drop the table, then you have to do the alterations. So for that, first here, so that is drop table if exist. Then that is the same name, this. Then from here, just you can call onCreate method. So onCreate method. So that automatically again the first table will drop. then again table will create. So this can be done here. Just a minute, system got stuck. So this Sqlite basic program looks, it's a little bit lengthy, but once we go to the room database, it is very simple. It will be done like, because that is a like framework kind of thing, right? So that will be easily, we can do this, all the things. No need to remember this, all the queries, but anyhow, you have to have minimum knowledge on this also. That's why just we are discussing this program.
This is for the offline application, right?
Yes, correct. Offline application. But normally in a real time, nowadays we are not using the direct this SQLite. We are using room database. So room
That
data.
is also for offline application.
Yeah, see, room database is nothing but that is also same this only.
Advance of this.
SQLite only, but we are using advanced library called SQLite. So that will be also in the structure of MVVM architecture format. So once this program is done, next we will discuss that program. Why this got stuck? Yeah, so here also given same.
Then what is the difference between room and
What is the difference
both
between?
are for
Yeah,
room and
see, this is the core concept. This is the core. So that is advanced framework. Like we did this one, right? Like yesterday we did MVVM architecture retrofit. Same retrofit we did in a MVVM architecture. Also we did that retrofit in a basic level. So like similar here. So if we use that library size is also less weight. So that will execute quickly. So that will be following some industry standard structure. Just a minute, I'm reopening the Android Studio. Yeah. So this changes as not affected here. So db.execute SQL. So drop table if exist. Drop table if exist. So drop table if exist. Then the same name, right? So the same name table uses. Then so from here it calls onCreate method. So that DB will call this. Done. So next year, now I have to do some code operations. Like I want to insert data, I want to update data. So that we will do. For that, first I'm doing insert. So insert details. I'm creating one method called insert details. So what we are inserting here now, from the application side, we are inserting only few things. One is the means ID, we are not inserting from there. So apart from that, we are inserting other like name, location. So that is string. Then designation. So this is also in the form of string, right? All are we are inserting in the string format only. Next one, comma, mobile. So mobile. So that is also in the form of string. So these things we are inserting from that side. So to insert the database, we need writable database. So for the reason, just I am declaring this dot writable database. So I need writable database. Then val, so content values. So to insert this, we use content values. So the content values we will use here. So that is the content values. Content values equal to. So just we'll declare that content values. So this is the content values. Means it contains some multiple values. We will map this all the content values to this and we'll save that. So content values dot put key comma value pairs. So first one is the key. Here from here name and all we are mapping this, right? So key hyphen name. ID we are not mapping here. So what we are defining above? So that is the name. Similar way, we will map other three parameters. So 1, 2, 3. So this is the key name, key location. So key designation. So key designation. Key mobile. So here it is the mobile. Here it is the designation. Here it is the location. So these all are the values we are mapping this. Then now we are writing one query here. So that is a val new row ID. So new row ID equal to db dot insert. So now we are inserting here. Where we are inserting? The table called this. So in this now, second one column hook, we have to define null. It will no problem. Like column hack, that is the no need to define any column specific. So the content values, whatever the content values, so that we are mapping into this. Then finally, so that is the db dot close. So db dot close. Once operation has done, the database will be closed. So this is the first one, like inserting this. Now, once it is insert, we have to get the data, right? So for that fun, get users. So I'm creating one class called get.
35 line, can you please?
So this is a 30 level. So here now we are inserting the data, right? We are inserting the data into the this data. So that we are defining here. We are inserting data into this particular table.
User table, yes.
Sable. And this column hack means like we have any such some conditions. If you have like if we are checking duplicate values and all, so that we can use. But now I'm not checking anything. That's why I'm not defined any condition. So directly whatever the data is coming, that I'm inserting directly into this. So that is this. Now, so then I want to get the data. So how can I get the data? So here like multiple data here, so that I want to get in the list. Normally we'll get in a list. So for that here also I'm using hash map, like last time we used it there. Similar way here also I'm using the hash map only. So because we don't know how many columns means how many rows of data is there in a DB, we don't know. That's why I'm using this one. So get used. So that is the from here we are getting this. Even here I'm declaring the DB has, that is a writable database. So this dot writable database. So then here now first I want to declare one user list. So where user list equal to, so just I am defining one new array list. So whatever the data will come, so that will map into this user list. So that user list will finally will get in the list format. So that we will map. So for that just I'm declaring the string comma string. So this is the just I'm declaring one array list. So user list I have declared an array list. Now here we will write query. So this is to get the data. So I'm declaring one query equal to, so select name, location, designation, mobile. So these are all the data from where we are getting this data. So table users. From this table users, we want to get this data. But here we will get multiple rows. So for that, to handle here now, where we are using the cursor. So this cursor will handle the database like row by row, it will handle the data. So for that, db dot raw query. So that raw query, here we are using the raw query. So db dot raw query. So that is the raw query. So in this raw query, whatever the above query, whatever we define, so that we are applying. And here I'm not adding any conditions. Even next I'll show you with condition also, so like selection arguments. Like I want specific set of data, how to handle, like in the next to function, I'll write here itself, within this class itself, I'll write here. So for this now, I'm writing while loop to get the data because we get multiple data. So for that, we have to handle the row by row. So for that, now I'm writing the this means cursor dot move to next. One data will come. So that we will assign to this user list. Sorry, here we will define one more array list. So with that array list, it will map and it will search for the next. It will add all the data into this. So here for that one more, I'm creating one more user. So this is one more new hash map I'm creating, hash map here. So direct hash map I'm creating. This hash map, we will map to this our array list. So that I have created here, this hash map. Done. So hash map I created. Now I'm getting this data here one by one. So first one, user. So like I want to get the user data. So first I want to get the user data from here. User means username, like username, maybe like you can treat as that. Sorry, from this above we declared this user, right? So the user, I want to declare this. So within this here now, first I'm getting the name. So this is the name, whatever we defined about that name. So that is a cursor dot. So cursor dot get string. So I'm getting the data, but where I'm getting here, that is a cursor dot get column index. So from the column index, so that is a which column? So the column name is the key name. So from the key name, I'm getting this data, right? So I'm getting this data. So then now similar way, I have to get other data also. So for that now I'm declaring here. Now I'll paste. Oh, sorry, just a minute. I copied something wrong. So from here, so paste, like 4 parameters, right? So total 4 parameters of data I want to get here this. So the next one here it is. So what is the next one here? Location. So I want to get the location. Then this is the designation. So designation. So this is the mobile. So all the data I want to get this. So here we will change this column index. So that is the key mobile. So this is the key designation, right? This is the key location. Done. So all the data we are getting here one by one in details, like column. We are getting the all the columns here. This. Then now this we will add into user list. So that is the user list. User list means here we created array list. User list equal to. So that is the user list. User list dot add. So we are adding the one by one into this user list. Add. So that is what we are adding this user. See, means one by one, row by row data, it will add. So finally what happens here? This, it will return. So that user list means all the user list, it will be ready and it will give that user list to us. So this will be happen here this. Now, here. So just for this, we required support. So that I added here this. Now, first we'll add the delete. So because we have few minutes left, that like condition based data, how we can get that I'll show you. But meanwhile, I'll show you the delete. So delete user. So I want to delete the user. If you want to delete the user here, so now you have to write that is a user ID based on ID. So based on ID, we are getting the data here. So for that here now simple, I'll write one query. So that is a val db equal to, so this dot writable database, then db dot delete. So I'm writing the directly delete query. So where we are deleting, so that is from the table users, comma. So with reference of the key ID. So this auto generated ID, we are deleting. So key ID, that is here. You have to write equal to question mark. So equal to question mark will define that conditional based data we are getting. So that is the array of, so user ID means maybe you can send one or more. So that user ID, that to string, whatever the user ID we are sending, so that is converted into string. So there we are getting this data. So then finally db dot close. So this is the operation we will do here. So this is the table users, delete db. Okay, here two braces has came. Right now it's perfectly fine. Now this is done. So update, and two queries are pending. One is the update, other is the get conditional based data. Then we will map this, so that we will see next class.